Yeah, you've been a poet that I know for 11 years now. That I know,
Yes.
but you are a poet even before then.
Yes.
And you have a work that's a song of Chris,
Yes.
which I know for more than 7 years, and you haven't given us. You, Abubakar Tahir, Chiedu Ezena are one of the finest poets we have, and up till now you didn't give us a collection. It's not about the resources to publish it, which I know by myself. Is it that the work is not poetry enough to your eyes, or is it that what you're writing, the generational problem, keep on changing, or the landscape of our situation as human beings keep on changing, that you want the poetry to be perfect, or is it that your artistic expertise keeps on changing, that you are afraid to give us a collection?
I think I'll approach that question from two standpoints: the metaphysical and the physical. Metaphysical and the physical. Physical
Yes.
in terms of that, like you rightly pointed out, I started writing poetry way back, even when I was in primary school, when under
Wow.
17,
Wow.
under 17, that first cup that they wore, who
Yeah.
became by the arrest,
Yeah.
I wrote a poem celebrating it. I don't know where it is now. So I started writing from then. But then I eventually, my family, my mother, she's late now, God bless her soul. She was from Anambra State, a place called Onitsha. I'm giving you a story now. So in Onitsha, the families like to produce either a lawyer or an engineer or a doctor. They like answering mama lawyer, mama engineer, mama doctor. And in my own instance, now it fell upon me to be the lawyer. That will not give her that recognition of mama lawyer.
Yeah.
I know what comes with that profession. Law is a very jealous profession.
Yes. Yes.
So for a very long time, I was actually pouring all my efforts. I was writing my poems, you understand? But I was pouring all my efforts into earning a living through my legal practice. Because, of course, in Africa, except you win an award, you don't really get much monetary compensation for your arts.
Yeah.
You understand? So,
We're coming to that.
so the issue, that's why I say physical and metaphysical. So the issue of survival was there. You understand? Because I'm not, like I wrote songs of praise now. I don't carry songs of praise and go to court and read it and they'll give me money. You understand? I have to be a good lawyer, defend my client before I can transfer maybe 50 or 100,000 to my account. But that's how distinguished a poet I am.
Yeah.
And Nigeria is a Philistine society, sorry to say, very Philistine society, that there is underappreciation of the arts.
Definitely.
There's underappreciation.
Definitely.
Now, and it boils down to that Unoka.
And things fall apart.
Things fall apart. That society saw Unoka as a failure. In fact,
And he's a successful musician.
In fact, they said that this man was the lead flautist.
Yes.
You understand that? And that whenever he blows his flute, that if even doing wars, even doing wars, that they will bring him, that the way he blows his flute will inspire the heart and spirit of warriors.
You
understand? Yes. So it was not an ordinary thing. But then, because the society then judged success by how many yams you have in your band, how many women you have made your wives, how many children, especially male children, have come from your household, the man was now seen as a failure. But if it was in the Western context, in Europe, you have people
even now, he will be celebrated all over the place, making a lot of billions of naira.
So that was my problem. So that's why I say the physical, I'll get to metaphysical now. So our arts in Africa is underappreciated. Let me shock you. I wrote a poem titled Songs of Praise. That's the title of that book. That poem, I wrote it since, I think, 1992 or thereabouts. I wrote it in Lagos. It was inspired by a madman in my community. One madman, the man, every morning he will pass my gate with all his worldly wares on his head. You understand? So one day, it just came to me that this man has no problems. And I wrote Songs of Praise. Now, all that while, plus other poems now joined it, but I didn't publish. You understand? Because of the fact that
if I'm reading the poem, it's just as if you've written it yesterday.
That is art for you. That is art for you. Now, the other reason, the metaphysical reason is I think in life, nothing is too early or too late. I have come to a point in my life. In fact, I subscribe to the Muslim worldview of predetermination. Nothing happens by chance. Everything happens under the supreme will of Almighty Allah. That is my conception. So if I couldn't publish all that while, and I'm getting published now, that's because my God, we had an agreement. And it is inscribed here that this is when I will get published. I hope I'll be able to answer your question.
Wow, this is more than we're learning from. Anytime I talk to you, I learn more.
Thank you so much.
There is a recent, it's not a recent argument, it's a repetitive argument. After 5 years or after 7 years, there is an argument between Chinua Achebe and Soyinka, the Nobel laureate. It's just that our sad moment was that, and then Chinua Achebe, that he didn't win a Nobel Prize before he died. And there is a tag that has been given to Achebe as a father of African literature.
Yes.
There are so many writers. I will not say they are angry, but according to their definition, is that we are just looking at it as in one perspective, because Achebe thought about Nigerian literature and where he came from. He tried to show it to the world. We have Swahili, good writers from Swahili. We have from South Africa, one that having won Nobel laureate, two that have won Nobel laureate. They are also good Swahili writers. So Soyinka and some other writers were saying that we should also look at and take them into context before now giving the title of father of African literature. That is his own point of view. You as a poet that I know is not afraid to say is mine, and in your own point of view, how can you distinguish this argument between Soyinka and Achebe and the tag of father of African literature? Your own point of view.
Yeah, comrade, I think it is indubitable and incontrovertible that Achebe, Chinua Achebe, even though he's late now, he's the incontestable father of African literature.
Yeah.
Sorry, come to Kampala. Come to Kampala, please. I'm doing an interview. I hope you don't mind.
No, it's part of the interview. It's part of the poetry. That is what makes it a podcast. That is a podcast.
When Achebe died, for me, one of the saddest things that happened, apart from the sad demise of Achebe,
one
of the saddest things that happened was when Soyinka arranged an interview with Sahara reporters. Because I know how these things are done. He arranged an interview, and not 3 weeks after Achebe's transition, we now saw it online. Achebe is a celebrated writer, but not the father of African literature, Soyinka. First of all, the timing was in bad taste. It was in very poor taste. Nowadays, they call Soyinka the WS of Africa because of his initials. They say, like William Shakespeare, they say he's now WS. But the truth is that Soyinka is not WS. It is OS. His name is Oluwole. You understand? His name is Oluwole. It's not Wole. You understand? So if you want to bring an issue, it's OS. Oluwole Akinwande Soyinka. OAS, not WS. So if you want to start getting petty, because I think it was the highest level of pettiness. Somebody has transited and you claim he was your friend. You understand? Normally, there's something that you will want to say when he's alive, when you will not say again when he's dead. Just to respect that culture of African respecting the dead. But the first thing he did was to call Sahara reporters. I think he was waiting for the man to die. When the man died, he now hit the sound of Philip. Come, let me tell you what if you when the man died alive.
Let's go literally. You know me, I argue based on.
I'll get to that. About the output.
The output.
Achebe's Peaceful Apart is what actually introduced African literature to the world. In fact, every popular writer, if you read,
when the novel come out, they don't know where to place it.
You understand?
Yes, Soyinka then has 2 other books that has been put in a novel category.
Yes.
And then play category.
Yes.
But when things fall apart,
yes,
they couldn't place it in as a novel.
Yes.
They couldn't place it as a memo. So they have to create an African writer series.
God bless you, highly man.
Fall apart,
God bless you, highly man. And that was the first publication. Now, interestingly, that same interview, Soyinka was rubbishing African writer series. You understand that it is a ghetto kind of classification. I say, what is all this?
No, Soyinka. It's forming of that one is also what I will tell you is derogatory. It's derogatory by not giving Achebe a place in the novel. Because if you look at the agreement, there is something that you didn't understand. If you look at even the agreement of Things Fall Apart, it's not the agreement of this other guy work. Hey, I forget this guy work that we accepted.
Okay.
Because Achebe is one thing that I like about Achebe is he want to be heard.
Yes.
He doesn't care what is on the table.
Yes.
He believes that if I'm heard,
Mm.
I am going to raise a group of African
Yes.
writers,
Which he did.
which he did.
Yes.
So, even when Achebe was alive, he denied that he's a father of
No,
African
I'll get to that.
literature.
I'll get to that.
So for someone to say that he's not, it's just like you're just biting what has already been bitten.
It was even Ladin Godima who
So,
was equally a Nobel laureate. It was even Ladin Godima who was equally that said that called Achebe the father.
yes, he was even afraid to hold that title.
No, in the Bible, there are some instances that they come and call Jesus say, are you the King of Kings? He say, you say so. You understand? He was accepted.
Yeah.
You understand?
Well, go back to your view about that their individuality.
No, I think
based on their literary accomplishments.
yes. For me,
Soyinka has been one of the finest writers to come from this country. Achebe has been one of the. I say Soyinka is one of the great writers. Chinua Achebe come ready. Sorry to say that. I am a Wole Soyinka student. I'm his what I would say. What would I call himself?
acolyte.
Acolyte, because we grow up on Soyinka's fame. You understand? Everybody want to write to get a fame of Soyinka. You understand, ba? Then everybody also want to write to have acceptance of Chinua Achebe. You understand?
Yes.
If you want to talk about literature, the fancy part of literature, you go to Soyinka.
Academic literature.
Academic literature. If you want to go back to a literature that you read and read and read again, you go to Chinua Achebe. So they are two distinct writers.
For me,
Chinua Achebe has been a critic. Wole Soyinka has been a critic. He has been a novelist. He has been a dramatist. He has been a reviewer. He has been an editor. Chinua Achebe has been an editor. Has been a poet. He's a poet first. You know, it's a reaction. Things fall apart come from reaction.
I know. I get all the points.
Things fall apart.
So
we see about the distinction.
I get all the points
of them as a writer, based on your own understanding, not on your own personal point of view.
I think for me, art is communication. When communication is defeated, art is not existing. The simplest things in the world, look at the holy books. You have the glorious Al-Quran and you have the Holy Bible. What did they say to Muhammad? Ikra.
Yes.
You understand? Read. You understand? It didn't say cogitate. That's to find some high sounding word that Soyinka would do. It just simply said read. In the Bible, it said, let there be light. You understand? It didn't say, I hereby mandate illumination. You understand? So these are two different ways of saying the same thing. For me, art is essentially about communication. And that is my quarrel with Soyinka. Soyinka has his moments of his flashes of brilliance.
Do you think Soyinka has not been communicating?
He doesn't communicate. In fact,
no. Hold on.
Okay.
That's why I say your point of view. And if I'm
going to Dance of the Forest, have you read Dance of the Forest?
Yes, I read that.
So what do you understand from Dance of the Forest?
I read Konji.
No, I said no.
Konji.
I read that is a play that you today has defeated. What do you understand from Dance of the Forest?
What we call literature, you understand, ba? Literature hits people differently. The way a book hits you is not the way it will hit me. If you ask me about Soyinka, I will say The Lion and the Jewel is one of his finest work. Apart from somebody might have Ake, because Ake brought Soyinka to lamplight.
Ake is a collection of childhood
memories. And he wrote it as a novel, and it has been accepted as a novel and memoir, even though he fictionalized some little things. You understand, ba? Which is what brought him to lamplight. I would say A Lion and a Jewel, not even Congidance, not even what we say, the horseman and the
king horseman.
They are good stories, but what hit me more about Soyinka
was Lion and the Jewel. And perhaps
what hit me more about Soyinka was not even Things Fall Apart. Was no longer at ease.
That's what hit you?
Yes.
For me,
no longer at ease.
Arrow of God.
Arrow of God.
Beautiful. That's my finest.
Arrow of God is one of the finest things.
Yes,
if I'm reading Things Fall Apart, I'm seeing other novels inside. But if I'm reading Arrow of God, I'm seeing pure work of literature,
Yes.
which you never take away from that man.
That's the
For
finest.
me, it's one of his finest work.
Yes.
But if you ask Shoyinka, so many people will say about that. You understand? But I don't judge people based on what people are saying about them.
No, I'm talking
I
about how I
judge
perceive.
people based on how I perceive it and my communication with them. You understand?
Yes.
They are one of our shining lights in Nigerian literature that we will never do without them.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Because
we'll never do
you are an
without them.
accomplished creative.
We'll never,
I'm sure you are not unfamiliar with the name of Olarutim.
No.
You know Olarutim?
Yes, I know Olarutim.
Beautiful. Now forget about Shoyinka's politics.
Yeah.
Because Shoyinka's eminence today is part of his politics. He has always been an activist. In the 1960s, he entered the radio station, held up the announcer, and compelled him to read out.
He has always been a poet.
No, I said
the poet in you, according to my understanding, the poet in you bring out the activist in you, bring out the fairness.
How come we have business press in Nigeria? Where people
No. They are, that is what I call sellout these days. You understand? It's not our fault.
I think it's our fault.
No, hold on. I have my own perception and point of view.
Okay.
Because we have so many good poets in this country, but there is no foundation or means to make them even believe they are poets. And all these things come from outside country and people that have resources.
That is correct.
And as they are giving you that resources, they are molding you to be like them. If they bring award, they want you to write based on what they put as
on their rules and
because of you want that validation from us. It's a question. It's a question on its own.
Okay, we'll get to that.
But we'll get to that. It's just that you cannot. Whenever you're talking about Chinua Achebe and Wole Soyinka, you never take emotion and personal point of view out of it. No, I've interviewed so many people, great people.
Have you read Girls at War and Other Stories by Chinua Achebe?
Yes, I've read it.
The very first story I think in that book was
no, we're going between their distinction between Achebe and your literary point of view, not personal point of view.
For me, like I was saying, I think literature is essentially communication.
Yes. According to your point of view,
yes,
Shoyinka has not been communicating
he communicates with the right man. He communicates with the right man. He communicates with the right man. So anytime you read that titled that first one. Dance of the Forest. Dance of the Forest. If you're reading that play, read a tome of encyclopedia beside you. Every act, every scene.
Yeah. And you can't blame Shoyinka on that. Because Shoyinka, when he started writing, his main audience were not Nigerians. Sorry to say that.
So why are you
No. Hold on. I'm telling you this because it's now that we have literature and everything everywhere. That literature has been accepted everywhere. If you look at it, it's only like 3 or 4 universities in Nigeria that offer it. And if you publish it, your wider audience is not Nigerians because you hardly sell 200 copies in Nigeria.
Yeah, correct.
You understand? You have an academic and a body, a publishing firm that can distribute more than 2 million copies of your work in Europe. So first, when Wole Soyinka come to the picture, he didn't come to the picture for Nigerian audience. He later realized that I have to own this place that I started writing for us. And that is my point of view.
I understand.
Somebody also has his own point of view.
You're giving me now.
Somebody also has his own point of view. Because Soyinka were one of the earliest writers to be recognized from Nigeria. Even when some people were writing before him, but that because when he come back from this, he knew what is happening there. He knew the type of literature they were consuming here. So when he come, he has to be a Nigerian, telling them that I am here, I'm also doing better what you're doing. That's why in this place, until Lion and a Joy, he tell them that I have command of English too.
Yes.
A Nigerian has a command of English. You understand? That's the beauty of me saying him because. But when Chinua Achebe come and he didn't come that I'm writing for you. For me, that's why they didn't give him the literary Nobel Prize. Chinua Achebe said that I am not writing for you to validate me as a writer. I am putting out our story. For my people to know that, yes, we existed before all those hula balo and flashlight and all those things. That is the distinction between Chinua Achebe. And when you come, you didn't care whether you publish my novel as a novel, whether I publish it as a play, whether I publish it as a memoir. He said, "What? Let people read my book."
Yes.
Even when they say we couldn't give you contract, but we'll give you a space for some other writer that will come from Africa that didn't have place to be. We'll give you a space. He said, anything you give me, as far as I am heard, and some other kind of my people are heard, I am okay with it. So Chinua Achebe, even when he died, he didn't take a Nobel laureate as that high as we are taking it.
No, he didn't. He
He
didn't.
believe that
He
once
didn't.
people know that I'm a writer, I'm a
Yes.
writer. I
Yes.
don't need you to give me a stamp
Now,
as a writer. So anybody that is hailing Achebe, because you can't love Achebe more than he loves
but
himself.
let me not turn the interviewer and ask you a question.
That's why I love this.
Let me turn the interviewer now.
That's why I love it.
Let me
Yes,
ask you a
yes,
question now. As an artist,
yes.
as an artist,
Yeah.
what is more important?
Yes, sir. Yes.
As an artist,
Yes.
what is more important to you?